Welcome guys to Tech Explorer 01, and in today's video we'll be running some tips in Windows 11, and not just any tips but typing tips in Windows 11. These are some of the new features that have been introduced in Windows 11, some of which were not present in Windows 11 and in Windows 10. Others were present in Windows 10 but they have been advanced in Windows 11. And in today's video, we'll be learning about some of the tips that you can apply in typing in Windows 11. For example, when you are typing something on Microsoft Word, there are certain features that you can enable in Windows 11 that can make your typing easier and more correct and accurate when you are typing now in Microsoft Word. But these settings, you don't enable them in Microsoft Word, you enable them in Windows 11. How do you go about it? So all you need to do is, we'll explore all these tips one by one. They are around like 3 or 4. So we'll explore them one by one. So let's go step by step. How do you go about it? So just click this Windows 11 button icon here and click settings. Then proceed to time and language. Time and language, and it's just right here. Just double click and go to typing settings. And when you click typing settings, you can see we have several options that we can enable in Windows 11 and be able to improve our typing in Windows 11 and make it more accurate and make it easier to correct errors in typed document in Windows 11 using Microsoft Word. The first option is show text suggestion when typing on the physical keyboard. When you are typing, for example, you are typing a letter or you are typing something on Windows 11, the moment you just type the first letters, the system can just give you several suggestions of the type of the ones that likely start with those letters. Then from there you can be able to click on one and be able to complete the whole word without having to type everything. Another thing that we can enable is multi-region text suggestions. If your language is recognized by Google, if the language that you are typing in Microsoft Word is recognized by Google, you can be getting several text suggestions depending on what you are typing. Another thing is autocorrect misspelled word. If, for example, when you are typing something using either multilingual languages or like English, let's say for example you are using English language and you happen to misspell something, it can be auto-corrected if you enable this option. Another thing that you can do is to highlight a misspelled word. If for example if you enable auto-correct misspelled word, you may type something which is correct but it is in a different language that is not recognized by Google. That means that word will be auto-corrected. So that is one of the challenges when you enable auto-correction of misspelled word. When you are enabling auto-correction misspelled word, just make sure you are using specific languages. Like for example, you are using pure English. If it is pure English, it will auto-correct and that one is right. But if, for example, you are typing some other languages, like let's say, for example, it's Arabic, you are typing something in Arabic, and you happen to enable autocorrect, it will correct something which is correct, only that the system doesn't understand that language. So only enable autocorrect if you are typing something only in English. Another thing, you can enable this option, highlight misspelled words. In case you are typing using different languages, you can just highlight misspelled words so that the system can allow you to take a look at those ones and be able to judge if the words are correctly spelled or they are misspelled one. So these are some of the things that you can enable in Windows 11 and be able to make your typing easier. Let's start now by experimenting one by one. Let's start with this one, show text when typing, show text suggestion when typing on physical keyboard. Let me start by opening Microsoft Word. Just search for it here, Microsoft Word, MS Word. Then I'll just open it, and then from there we will try typing something when we have not enabled that setting, then also try enabling that setting and try typing something and see the difference. Does it really work? Let's put it into a test. We'll test all these settings and see if they apply, and if how can they be able to make your typing easier. Don't forget, these are Windows 11 tips which have been introduced in this new operating system, some of which were present in Windows 11 in Windows 10, but have also been reintroduced in Windows 11 but more advanced. For example, let me type something like best. You can see there are no text suggestions because that feature has not been enabled. Let me try to enable it. Let me enable it. It's just right here. You just enable it. Then from there, you can proceed to Microsoft Word and try to type something. Let me type like best. You can see like now I have just typed best, but there are certain words that goes together, like best of. You can see best of, offer. You can now, if for example I'm typing something like offer, if the sentence that I was typing, it was like let me repeat, like best. You can see like I just typed best. If I don't know how to complete that word, I can just select the option that I want, best of. Then there are certain words that goes together, best of luck, best to. So if I want this one, I can just click it, best of luck with the new. So even you can just type something without actually typing on the physical keyboard. You just need to select best of luck with the new year, and that is how simply you can be able to apply that setting. Another thing that you can be able to do is multilingual text suggestion. If for example you are typing using different languages and those languages are recognized by recognized by Google, the moment you just type something, it can give you suggestion, just like the same way we were doing in the first option, how to show suggestion when typing on physical keyboard. Another thing is autocorrect misspelled word. Autocorrect misspelled word. If I can enable that setting, then go to Microsoft Word and try to type something. Let me, for example, type something like misspelled. You can see I have received an autocorrect. There is an autocorrection here. This one I misspelled it, but at the moment you just complete typing what you are typing, then now the incorrect one, you can get suggestion, autocorrection suggestion, and it's just right here. So you just need to click it and everything will be okay. Another thing that you can do is highlight misspelled word. And if I enable these settings, highlight misspelled word, let me, for example, this one, just add something retro and make it like that. You can see the word is already highlighted, meaning it is misspelled. So I can just remove that one. Then let me correct the word and see. You can see the word now is correct, and the highlight has already been removed. If I can add something else and there's space, you can see the text is already highlighted. So these are some of the tips that you can be able to enable in Windows 11 and this will make your typing easier. 1. Show text suggestion when typing on the physical keyboard. Another thing, multilingual text suggestion, autocorrect misspelled word, and highlight misspelled word. But for autocorrect misspelled word, when you're enabling that settings, make sure you're only using one language, because if you happen to mix the languages, the system will autocorrect a correct word, but only that is in a different languages. And that's all we had for today. Join us in our next video as we continue to explore more tips in Windows 11. This is Text Explorers 01. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Goodbye.